Alright, well, didn't think it was breakable. Anyway, take a look. Completely failed, you guys. It's about a year in here. Um,
And it's gone.
this one is 2012. Looks like. I'll drop the heat too. Cause you know what temperature it is in my room? 81 degrees. Ho ho ho! Wow. Archer likes it more than me. Read the one with the thing that happened that day with the stuff. Yes, that one. That's every day. All right. Gold Constitution. That's cool. Alright, well, let's see, it doesn't really matter, right? Let's do this. This was November 2nd, 2011. Apparently I wrote this at 11:23 p.m. It was a Wednesday. And this says, "Today I accomplished. I slept 10 hours, waking around 9 a.m., getting started at 10 a.m. I read several chapters in the Bible, then prayed the prayer of Jabez, which basically is the hand of God be with me, let my influence be enlarged for him, things like that. It's a short one. Keep me from evil, things like that. I enjoyed 5 minutes of meditation, then read the scroll marked 6. I listened to some good music, did 25 sit-ups, 25 right sit-ups, left sit-ups, 25 sliding sit-ups, 5 left sit-ups, 25 bicycle forward and backward sit-ups. I ate an apple, drank a bottle of water, read almost 10 pages of Atlas Shrugged before I realized I would have a hard time finishing a book report before the conference call, so I stopped reading. I spent about 10 minutes listening to Jim Rohn as I stretched. I lost a lot of flexibility in one night. Okay, flossed, brushed, grabbed a shower before beginning my book report. Just beginning the book report, I realized I forgot to eat breakfast and went to get some microwave soup quickly. Not wanting to get emotionally involved in a book report 20 minutes before a conference call. The call lasted 40 minutes, and I postponed the report. Still, because I had to tell Greg something about his teammates. I worked on the report from 1:40 p.m. to past 3 p.m., but I got it done. Chapter 3 of Secrets of the Vine. Okay. I started answering emails and returning calls when I learned the uploads had to be done, had to be redone. Okay. Brett, I feel like you were involved in this. That's so funny. And the credit card machine needed to be reprogrammed. I did that. Then I worked with Bruce to handle the credit card machine next week since they were not ready for the download on their side. I got the information I need. I got the information. Okay. What is this? I needed to schedule a heat lamp. I don't know what that is. Inventory or something. Began the call. Before they could pick up, I was called by Jim Martin. Okay. I answered and scheduled the mail away closing on my duplex for Tuesday. Immediately after I got him all of the info for my new house insurance policy, gathered everything I needed to hit my errands. I didn't have time for food, though I was hungry. I went straight to the Bank of America, where I withdrew the missing cash to complete the company deposit and dropped off some overdue and under-monetized rent checks. Flying over to Wells Fargo, I got everything deposited so I could mail my show. That's basically the weekend sales thing. Mail my show to the company, my passport home, and the credit card machine to the manufacturer, and my tax abatement request for New Jersey. I missed the near post office by about 3 minutes. My GPS was in the van Jason dropped off for the service yesterday, so I used my phone GPS to get to the next post office I knew that was open until 5 p.m. It was 4:38. The phone GPS sent me to oblivion and falling into traffic at 1:30 north let me watch the remaining time before 5 p.m. click away. Oh, that's sad. No big deal. This meant I could not rush to get that meant I could not rush and go get food. Called 5 p.m. Called my insurance company for the house to make sure they canceled the original policy on the house that I didn't buy, and they did cancel it. I listened to Zig Ziglar on the ride home for a bit. Called Jeffrey, since he texted me about 4 hours prior about some epiphany that he had. Somebody I was mentoring. He was something something. We'll leave that personal for him. Let's see. I saw that Matt did not move the van despite my text, and instead of getting angry, I just moved it myself. Kevin and Alex passed me by on their way shopping. Watched anime for several minutes as I ate, and then I remembered to call. And then I remembered my call schedule. No. Watched anime for several minutes as I ate, and then I remembered my call to schedule our supplies was interrupted earlier. Closing all the anime shows I was hoping to watch, I called FedEx to schedule the delivery. Jeffrey called in the middle of this. I had to ignore it, and he leaves a huge voicemail. Finishing the FedEx call, I responded to Jeff and eat my meal as he tells me with the exuberance of 10 children on Christmas Day. What on earth? That he knows why he has no friends. Okay. And all social encounters fall apart. He thinks faster than he can talk. Thus, he accidentally skips key details in relaying messages. Interesting. I was tired now and proceeded to meditate for 27 minutes and realized I needed to call Kristen. I did, and it lasted 70 seconds before I got a message on my phone for a webinar. Saying goodbye to Kristen, I tuned into the webinar with Russ Whitney, Virgil's mentor. After a while, I realized that he was not very good. Read the articles Adam and my parents sent to me. Following that, I searched for real estate in Cape Coral area, and noticed that I only needed to buy a $1 to $2 million home for it to be beyond my expectations. Oh, so I was valuing out like dream homes, I guess, which I had no idea that I would never be able to afford at that point. This was exciting and felt very attainable someday. While I had net time, N-E-T, no extra time. That's interesting. While I had net time, I forgot I made that. While I had net time on the webinar, I did a bit more, okay? Checked out sales for homes, $50 million or more, did a virtual tour. I thought to myself that these $100 million homes must not cost anywhere near that to build. Also found 3 interesting businesses for sale. First was a $75,000 cash flow business for $10,000, which dealt with business consulting. Second was a $5,000 cash flow business for $6,000, and with $14,000 in extra inventory. Last, a $16,000 business consisting of 9 websites, making $10,000 a year in marketing. I didn't buy any and canceled the webinar around the time. He said, the universe will give you whatever you affirm to yourself. Oh, because I wasn't a fan of that. Okay. Okay. I read my scrolls again, the second reading, and spent about 20 minutes trying to book Long Island hotels for under $75 for my sales weekend tomorrow. A knock at my door revealed Jason, who made everything I did yesterday possible by taking on additional work for me without being asked and doing it out of friendship. Everything was done to the best of his ability and probably better than I could have done with my thoughts everywhere. I was about to begin getting our papers ready for the federal inspection since somebody else couldn't do it. Again, he couldn't get me everything by Tuesday. That was not to be at the moment because the Gulf Station made a mistake and charged us $1,300 without approval on a van that was not even worth that. I got on the call with Adam and explained the bad charge and apologized. He reacted with 1/10 the intensity that I had. Said Jason was responsible party and that we can't pay this or something. I told him immediately that this would not fall on him, and that if you need money for this, it would come off of me. Wow, okay. Dang. No party can convince me that this was not my failing for lack of oversight and clarifying the instructions. Interesting. So I was told to tell a guy to go put the van in for an inspection. He told the guy to put it in for a tune-up. I remember this. So instead of like a $50 thing, it was... Oh, Adam, right, exactly. It was $1,300. So I guess I took responsibility for it because I wasn't clear to him. No party can convince me that this was not my failing for lack of oversight and clarity and instruction. He told me to go first thing in the morning and give them the Evan schmooze. That's interesting. After proper instruction, I proceeded to get all of our federal papers together without going into much detail. It took me about 30 minutes of struggling before I realized we needed to have all the inventory count from July before we could file everything and get the count in order. Going off of the sheets, realized the horrible truth. We missed a lot of inventory. I thought things were accounted for in the spreadsheets, but it did not add up. So for me, this made me momentarily depressed because I had to recount everything, and went upstairs, ignored my own rules, and let's see, the goal of Constitution. Interesting. Let's see. Then I got in gear. Okay, so I guess I took like a 5-minute break in the day or something. Then I got in gear. My current scroll: if I feel depressed, I will sing. And I sang. And I did a lot, and then I felt better. Then I used my additional energy to get the van. Jason just brought back, parked behind the house. This has got to be really boring for you guys. It was worse before. We paid the $1,300. 2 problems, wanted fixed, the sunroof. So they didn't even fix all of the things for $1,300. I remembered not booking the hotel, so I called 15. Wow. Used Priceline and spent 1 hour to get 2 rooms for $9 a piece. No problem, bosses, because I guess save the money. Used the additional positive energy to gear me up for my final run. I had to read the scrolls again. I stretched and went to do sword training before beginning to write all of this. It's now 12:30 a.m. I feel good mentally and physically, though I may still work on. Though I may still work on after the journal. Okay, I dislike that I could not accomplish more. Right, crazy Evan 3 years ago. I write in such detail because I feel I lazed about and wasted the day. Yeah. I don't feel like that anymore when I have a day like this. Okay. I know I should consider each day's efforts as but one blow of my blade against the mighty oak. However, I'm 24 and I'm not a millionaire. I will be, but not soon. I feel if I could get away this minute of the daily grind, I could read, speak, and engage in big business deals. It's been a good day, and I'm grateful. What on earth? There's more. It is now 5:20 in the morning. I drove to the storage unit and took 12 trips of trash out, counted all of the inventory, collapsing 3 times, nearly falling asleep once, but never quitting. I succeeded today. Okay. And then I wrote 6 most important things to do tomorrow, which ended up being 25 things, and I crossed off everything but 6 of them. Well, that's kind of shocking even to me, honestly. That was nuts. That's a lot of stuff, you guys. See why I journal? It's a day in 2011, I think. My God. That was a lot of stuff. That was really